Hello, my beautiful We Can Do It women. I'm 𝗵𝗵𝘁, and welcome back to our Wealth and Wellness series. So if you've been following along, last week we talked about the crucial connection between our money and our mental health. Today we're building on that foundation because here's what I know after 42 years as a certified financial planner. Women who fund their dreams are healthier, happier, and often wealthier than those who don't. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, Deborah, I'm past the age of dreaming. I need to be practical. That right there is financial fiction, not financial fact. And today I'm going to show you how the financial facts about dream funding, they could actually change your entire retirement experience. Yes, they could. So the hidden cost of dream deferral is something we need to talk about because it is something the financial industry doesn't even want us to know. Postponing our dreams is actually costing us money. Yeah. So when we talked about money and mental health last week, I mentioned how financial stress impacts our well-being. Well, dream deprivation and postponement creates the same stress response. Here's the financial fact. Women who actively pursue meaningful activities after 60 have a 23% lower health cost than those who don't. They also stay productive longer, earning income, an average of 2.3 years longer than their peers. That's not just living longer, that's earning longer. Let me tell you about my client, Margaret. At 63, she came to me saying, I've always wanted to take art classes in Italy, but it's too expensive and impractical. I said, Margaret, let's take a look at the real numbers, not the fear numbers. We calculated that her dream would cost $8,000. So instead of dismissing it, we created a funding strategy. 2 years later, she spent 6 weeks in Tuscany. But here's the wealth building twist. She came back with paintings that now sell for $2,000 each. Yeah, her impractical dream became a $15,000 annual income stream. Talk about the 3-bucket strategy. And this is how we fund dreams without touching our security. Bucket number 1 is our security money. Emergency funds, basic living expenses, healthcare costs. This never gets touched for dreams, never, ever. Bucket 2, growth money. These are long-term investments, retirement accounts. We might optimize this slightly, but we never rate it. Bucket number 3, these are what holds our dream money. Yeah, this is where financial magic happens through redirected spending, micro income streams, and strategic planning. Here's a financial fact that could amaze you. If your annual salary is $100,000, just 1% is $1,000 annually, or about $83 a month. Save that consistently, and you're going to have over $6,000 in 5 years. That could fund a 14-day European river cruise, a professional photography equipment, a year of master classes in almost anything, 6 months of language immersion programs. So we want to talk about smart dream funding strategies. Here's the first one, the redirect method. See, last week we talked about tracking spending for mental health. We're going to use that same tracking for dream funding. Most people find $100 to $200 a month in unconscious spending. Subscriptions we forgot about, we forgot to cancel, impulse purchases, convenience fees. We want to redirect those to our dream fund. Strategy 2, the skill monetization. What skills do you have that others need and are willing to pay for? There are a lot of them. I've seen clients monetize organizing abilities. Some people are really great with organizing, and there are a lot of people that need help there. $40 an hour. Cooking skills, $50 a session for meal prep you could charge and have a great time doing it. Pet sitting or plant sitting, yeah, $30 a day. Garden consultations, like $75 an hour for someone to come in and analyze your garden, what's eating this leaf, etc. Water it, fertilize it, etc. Plus, it gives you so much joy. Strategy 3, the asset optimization. Do you have extra space that you're not using? Maybe a parking spot you don't use? Perhaps these are items you could rent out. So these micro income streams add up fast. And since travel is the number 1 dream I hear about, we could entertain house sitting, free luxury accommodations worldwide in exchange for pet care or just keeping the house in order. Might we consider shoulder travel? I think so. Shoulder season is great. Europe in April costs 50% less than in June. How about slow travel? Staying a couple or 3 weeks in one place instead of up and back, rushing around every couple of days. Or group travel. How about joining organizations that arrange trips with much better group rates? Yeah. So just like we discussed with compound interest in our earlier vids, small, consistent dream investments compound. Yes, they do. My client who started with $50 a month for photography equipment now earns $800 a month from portrait sessions. Here's the financial fact that changes everything. Your dreams aren't expenses, they're investments in your mental health, your longevity, and often your income potential. Women who pursue meaningful activities after 60 consistently outperform their peers, financially, physically, and emotionally. Let's hear that again. Financially, physically, and emotionally. So you spent decades being practical and taking care of everyone else. Now it's time to be practical about taking care of your dreams too. And when you fund them intelligently, they often end up funding themselves. Next week, we're going to dive into something equally important, how your health choices are actually wealth choices, and why your walking shoes might just be your best investment. Subscribe to this channel, join our We Can Do It Women Facebook community, and share this video with any woman who needs to hear that funding her dreams, that isn't selfish, it's strategic. Until next week, remember, you deserve both financial security and a life that lights you up. You can absolutely have both. Yes, you can.